From the creators who brought you RuPaul's Drag Race and Million Dollar Listing, this is World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's highly anticipated edition of the Wow Report. I'm your host, Fenton Bailey, co-founder of World of Wonder, and I'm thrilled to be here with you this week with James St. James. Woo! I know, what a woo. There you go. And, of course, Tom Campbell, Chief Creative Officer.
Great to be here.
This week we're doing things a little bit different because we are so lucky and grateful to Andy that we have been part of Radio Andy, not actually from the very beginning, but almost-ish from the beginning. And we've been doing this show for a number of years. But we are celebrating 10 years of Radio Andy by counting down this week the top 10 things from the last decade, from the last 10 years that are sort of viral and meme-ish and internet-y and memorable and so on and so forth. How's that?
Well, that sounds fascinating. I can't wait to
right?
Do it.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Okay, I might have gotten the brief wrong because I didn't. Mine aren't viral, but they're big. So just bear with me. Bear with.
You didn't get it wrong. It's the top 10 things that of all things that made you go.
The thing of things. The top 10 thing of things.
And I'm gonna say, coming at number 10 is the television show Succession. There has been great television the past 10 years. We have gloated about all these different kinds of things. Succession, to me, which is sort of the ultimate Eat the Rich TV series by Jesse Armstrong, took everything to a different level. I feel like it was finger on the pulse, or Shay's finger on the jugular of pop culture about the billionaire society that now overwhelms us.
I was going to say, billionaire society is one of the most viral things, one of the most talked about.
There you go.
Years. Yes,
and I can't say it started there, but it sure was. It sure did collide with pop culture in a really delightful way because it's a really well done series, and it kind of showed you the folly and the heartbreak of and the monstrousness of this billionaire family, and names these actors: Jeremy Strong, Sarah Snook, Kieran Culkin, Alan Ruck, people we hadn't heard of in a long time, and wrestling for their father Brian Cox, the actor's approval, and his portfolio, his money.
Yeah.
Yes, and you really can't. I can't separate now. When, just this week, the Murdochs' fight for their dad's fortune was settled. It feels very, you kind of feel like you were there. You know what happened because you saw Succession. The box of billionaires, the presidential election or inauguration that we had to go through felt very like a scene from, Succession. And the Jeff Bezos wedding, we saw little bits and pieces. But
we never got a chance to talk about that. But yes, this whole concept of
and that excess.
Billionaires.
Yeah. And even the David Geffen story recently of his young lover divorcing him and demanding the yacht, and demanding another billionaire story because it showed their stupidity and their hubris and their and their brilliance and their cold-heartedness. And I don't know. Again, if this isn't the best television shows of the past, but I just thought something about Succession which seemed to so illuminate what was happening and what was to become and what we're living through.
It encapsulated what's been going on since 2020. I mean, like the idea of this billionaire class taking over the world, it is nothing. It gave us an insight into what was really happening in the real world.
It's the apex of affluenza.
There you go. Okay, well, how long have you been rehearsing that one?
Also, though, I think the title sequence is one of the greatest, most memorable things of all time. The music and that title sequence, and I guess that sort of went viral. I mean, yeah,
certainly, yeah.
Okay, all right. That's number 10, which means number 9 is next.
Number 9.
I'm taking it back a little ways. I'm talking about the left shark meme of 2015. And I want to remind everyone that 2015 was a simpler time. It was a gentler time, perhaps kinder time
I
in
know.
which things were a little less incendiary, a little less mean-spirited, and nobody led the 2010s in the way that three women did: Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Nicki Minaj. They ruled pop culture with an iron fist, and they sort of drove fashion, they drove music, they drove everything, they drove all of pop culture at the time. Now, in 2015, case in point, Katy Perry performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. And when she got on stage, she was singing Teenage Dream. And for some reason that has been lost in the dustbin of time, she had two sharks performing behind her, dancing behind her. Made no sense whatsoever. Nobody has ever been able to get a clear explanation what these sharks were doing. But the right shark was dancing in time and doing all the little steps of the dance, in perfect synchronization. The choreography was tight, tight, tight. The left shark was stumbling around and looking the opposite direction and sort of falling over at one time and then getting up. And nobody was sure, like, could he not see out of his shark costume? Did he not hear the musical cues? And so it instantly became very memeable. The next day, it was everywhere, all over every social media platform of the time. People were laughing, making fun of the left shark. But I am here to say that I believe we are all left shark, that we are all struggling to hear the cues in real life. We are all not sure if we're hitting our mark. We're not sure if we're really doing what we're supposed to do. I think we can all really relate to left shark. And that is why this is such an important meme for all of us, because it reminds us of our own fragility, the way we fuck up everything just as human beings. We are just fuck ups on the grand stage of life.
I thought you were going to be outing yourself as the left shark. I thought that's where this was going.
I do have a left shark outfit in my closet that I can put on later.
I think he's going to be who he's going to talk about next.
Oh.
That's not PizzaRat.
Is that my cue to go in at number 8?
Sure.
Okay.
Number 8.
Attack of the Karens. The Karen is an invention, really, within the last decade. There's some sort of dispute about when the Karen actually, some people say comedian Dane Cook, it had a special, The Friend Nobody Likes. Other people say that sort of really the Karen came along in the era of coronavirus, because everybody was locked up. And I suppose once the Karens got out, they were just angry about life. And I, because I do a lot of deep research when looking into a subject. So I asked AI, I said, tell me the top 10 Karens so I could impress you by just, there was this Karen and that Karen.
But before this happens, can I tell you who I think is the original Karen?
Okay.
This might be on this list, I believe, would be Kate Gosselin with that haircut and that attitude. And so I suggest she might be the ground zero for Karens.
Fictional original Karen to me is Mrs. Kravitz from Bewitched. Go on.
Okay. Well, when I asked AI very nicely to give me a list of Karens, it said, let's see, I cannot create or endorse a top 10 list of individuals labeled with the pejorative Karen, which is used to describe entitled or demanding behavior and used to mock individuals and criticized for its sexist.
When did AI become the moral judgment of everyone?
Additionally, making such a list could single out specific people for public ridicule, which could be seen as harassment. So it slapped me across the face, and I had to do some more manual things.
ChatGPT, was it Meta or was it Grok? Because I have a feeling Grok would give it to you.
It was not Grok. I think it was ChatGPT.
I think you're the only person that uses Grok, James.
No,
I think,
girl, you're the only person who is not on X. Is probably what it is. So there you go.
I think ChatGPT is just getting lazy already. They're like, we can't tell you.
It's had it. Exactly, Tom. It's just had it with us. It is over the human race.
But the first time I think people really called people a Karen was Barbecue Becky. It wasn't really even Karen. It was Barbecue Becky.
Fair enough.
In 2018.
Because what I did get out of it was a list of Karen-teristics, which I think is rather clever. I said that myself. Karen-teristics.
I would say that's very Fentonian, yes.
Thank you. Speak to the manager. The most classic characteristic, demand to talk to a manager to complain, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Sense of entitlement, that one is entitled to special service or have the rules bent in your favor. Weaponizing privilege, using your status to exert power over others, especially white women over people of color.
Yes.
Racially charged behavior, same sort of thing, basically. Anti-vaccination views is a popular. And then, James, you nailed it, the distinctive haircut. And the one I would add is that I think they often drive minivans, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right.
So now they drink those horrible things. What are they
Stanley
called?
Cups.
Stanley Cups. Yes.
I like
But,
sippy cups.
The Becky comes from Becky with the good hair, though, don't you think? Isn't that where the rise of the Beckys come from?
Well, yeah, but they called this barbecue Becky the woman who called about people barbecuing in the park. And she was like the first Karen.
Remember, wasn't there the girl, the Karen the guy who was bird watching in the Rambles?
That's Central Park Karen.
Yes, the Central Park Karen, sure.
That was during COVID. And then there's I think my favorite is Coughing Karen from the pandemic. She went into the Super Saver and was going,
yes,
like just coughing over people. Tom, you have a favorite Karen?
There's so many. I don't know whether to be fired, but the spur alert is I know that RuPaul is obsessed with Karen videos, and we may have built a challenge around Karen videos that's coming up this year. We may have. I can't.
Do we have all the drag queens dressed as Kate Gosselin? Please.
Michael K from Delisted used to say she had a possum on her head, a dead possum.
Delisted. I haven't thought of Delisted in forever. This is a nostalgic show.
I will just say though that the name Karen was really popular in the 50s and early 60s. But since then, its popularity has plummeted. It is now, I think, something like 823rd place in the choice of Christian names for women because, well, I guess who'd want to call your daughter Karen, right?
A tough one.
My favorite aunt, God rest her soul, her middle name was Karen, Judy Karen.
My stepmother is a Becky, and my stepmother is a Becky.
Well, there is a survey that says the most common true name of Karens, most Karens, what name? Here we go. What name do you think is the most popular of people who have called Karens?
Oh, like this is our trivia question.
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go. There's our trivia question for the break. Let's take a quick break. Think about it over the break. What is the most common name of most Karens?
Biological name.
Okay, good. Thank you. Given name. We'll be right back after the break.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
And welcome back to the Wow Report. I am Fenton here with James and Tom and Blake. We're counting down the sort of top 10 memeable viral things of the last 10 years, celebrating 10 years of Radio Andy. Oh, question. Yes, it was. Karens. What's the most common name of a Karen in real life?
I'm going to say like a Kaylee or a Brittany or something. Like Kaylee is spelled with a K-A-L-E-I-G-Y. How they have those weird names.
They will be. I think that's the next generation of Karen.
Right. Okay.
I'm thinking it's Judy or Becky.
I think most women called Karens are really named either Alexa or Siri.
Brilliant. Actually, it is Louise.
Louise?
What?
Most people have been identified as Karen. The most common name within that
named
group.
Louise since 1952.
Seriously.
And that's a lovely name.
My sister's middle name is Louise. It's a beautiful Amy Louise. You can't knock that. Amy Louise.
I love the name Louise.
Seems to whisper Amy Louise.
Thank you.
Well, I have a little side question for you guys.
Oh.
Of course, RuPaul has been mentioned the most in our topics over the past 9 years.
Sure.
Who is second? RuPaul had 76 mentions. Who is
I would say
second
Brooke
with
Astor. I have mentioned Brooke Astor at least 123 times.
33 times. Who's second with 33?
Britney Spears.
Madonna.
Madonna.
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
There you go.
Madonna is 33, and Britney Spears is next with 17.
And
we
the
know
17
her.
are all Blake. And the
And-
33
and-
are all Fenton.
Quickly followed by Linda Ronstadt at 16.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
all right. We're counting down the top 10 Andy moments of the last 10 years. Number 7, Tom.
Number 7.
Don't be surprised, but I'm going to talk about the Broadway musical, also sharing a 10th anniversary with Radio Andy, Hamilton.
Sure.
Now, Hamilton was such a big phenomenon that when I finally saw it, I think here in LA with an incredible cast, I was just that little tiny bit cynical, that little bit like, oh, this better live up to whatever. Oh, and Selma Hayek sat in front of me with her billionaire husband, and they left at intermission, but I don't want to out them. But I have to say, this past Tony Awards, they had the original cast of Hamilton back on stage, and by golly, that is the most incredible show, incredible music, incredible
And
cast.
they are a good-looking cast too, aren't
Yes.
they? Woo!
And just it's the feat of it is so amazing. And the other thing it brought me back, and James, you mentioned this last segment a little bit, it's like, oh my God, in 2015, you know, Obama was president, and the boundaries that Hamilton was pushing, right? The rethinking historical narratives by having different, you know, sort of like the themes of history told by what America looks like now was really mind opening and really set precedent in the theater.
It was a gateway for people who couldn't really understand history or get into history. Now they had an entree into what it was. Yes.
And you know, the rap and the hip hop was still, no Broadway show had really broken through to that extent with that kind of non-traditional Broadway music. And it always seemed to be, because it was, you know, about our founding fathers and about, you know, great American history, it was where all of the politicians, you know, went to see it. And most famously, when Mike Pence went and the audience booed him. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's a whole different now. And now it's the Donald Trump Kennedy Center. But it just reminds me of how it changed everything, and yet how quickly that can kind of slip through your fingers. Although Broadway remains, knock on wood,
yeah,
this bastion of liberalism, this bastion of new ideas. You know, they don't seem to being liberal and open to ideas and freedom of thought and new ways of expressing yourself don't seem to result in big box office. It doesn't seem to be something that you can, no one's canceled a show yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's too this, it's too that. Quite the opposite. And I think the people that go to see Broadway shows, which is quite a swath of people, but they're not just extremists, but they're open to it. They want to be taught, they want to feel, they want to escape themselves in their situations.
Well, it's interesting that I wanted to see it so long, and I never got a chance to see it on the stage. But just recently, we talked about it on the show, how it is on Hulu now. So a whole new generation of people who weren't able to see it in the theater can see it now. And also, it is in the theaters now, on the big screen once again. The next couple of weeks, it is back out there in theaters. So if you haven't seen it, it is still just as fresh as it was then. And the music and the act, everything about it is so just invigorating. It makes you want to jump up and sing and dance along.
And so it's a musical about the cradle of democracy, and yet now that the Broadway show is available on Hulu and in theaters, it's the democratization of Broadway, because it can be reached by everyone now. It's such a phenomenon. So thank you, Hamilton.
Very timely message for us, I think. Number 6.
I'm talking about the slap heard around the world. The year was 2022. The place was the 94th annual Oscars at the Kodak Theater. Chris Rock was the presenter, or was the host. He was on stage. He made some sort of vaguely upsetting joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's hair or lack thereof. And her husband, Will Smith, said the immortal words, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." And he got up on stage and gave him a smack. And people were instantly divided around the world. People took sides. Should he be canceled? Should he not be canceled? Was he doing the right thing? Was he not doing the right thing? And immediately, I mean, the next day, all you saw on your feed was just the slap, the slap, the slap, the slap. Now, people tried to cancel him, and I don't think you can cancel Will Smith. It didn't quite work. And the reason why is because he has a special place in the Black community. I don't pretend to speak for the Black community, but in the early 90s, he was the squeaky clean rapper that your mother would let you listen to. When the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out, it was a family show that mothers,
for everybody, for the world. It was a huge hit.
It wasn't like the Waltons. It was something that was cool. The kids loved it. The mothers loved it. The grandmothers loved it. And it ushered in an era of Black television on the WB, on Fox, and on the CW, and everything like that. And it opened a lot of doors. And I think he has a place in the Black community that they will never, ever cancel him. And I think that just overall, I think people in the 90s have a love for him that probably won't go anywhere. He has since subsequently done a Bad Boys movie. And so it's interesting because I also, you would see on Black Twitter, you would hear people say, it's two men, it's their beef, stay out of it. It has nothing to do with you. And a lot of white people were like, you can't do that at the Oscars. And there was a lot of pearl clutching and things like that. I don't mean
I will not be characterized as a Karen in this one. I did not feel cancel, no cancel was what happened. I felt deep embarrassment that I witnessed something I wish I didn't have to witness. I think millions and millions of people, where he lost his cool for whatever reason. We all have good days, we all have bad days. That he got off of his seat, that he walked down to the stage, it was just really, and that Chris Rock thought it was a joke too, and it wasn't. And it was just a shocking thing to witness. The
Oscars are about decorum and about
but forget about decorum. And you'll remember that same night after that, Will Smith wins his first Oscar.
Yes, and so it was the fire of this man needs to be put in his place, and we need to cancel it. He can't come back for 10 years. He had, all that stuff.
But it was a Greek tragedy to see this man who was finally getting his rightful flowers.
He ruined it. His own hubris leads to nemesis.
And what would lead that? It's just a weakness. I don't want to cancel him because I don't think he's deeply bad. I don't think any of us can think that because we've enjoyed him so long. It's just like, what stars collided that made him have that breakdown at that moment, right before the best thing?
And why couldn't he keep it until the after party? Why did he have to do it in front of 100 million viewers on live television?
That's the part we've never really heard why, or maybe there is no explanation. And I don't want to cancel Will Smith. I just feel like it's like you're at a party and your uncle got drunk and did something stupid. You're just like, oh God, I wish I'd never seen.
It is that thing. This is obviously there was something simmering between the two of them, and this was the breaking point. Or we don't know, but it is something that was private. It should have just stayed private. I don't know. The whole thing. 10 years later, we're still trying to figure this out.
Yes.
Well, not 10 years later. I mean, what? 5 years later? 4 years later? Something like that.
I don't do math on the radio.
Wait. Number 5.
Number 5.
Is this a bit? Is this a gag? Are you doing something? What's going on? Your mic's not on. I thought you were doing a bit here.
Fenton, your mic's not on.
Can't you just humor me and say you're on mute?
Okay.
Oh my God!
You need to let us in on your gags.
How hard is it? Like,
You're on mute.
Fenton,
You're on mute.
Fenton, you're on mute.
Oh, wow. There you go. That's my number 5. Thank you. Oh,
What,
come
the
on.
mute
No, like, it is like one of the biggest moments of the last 10 years. You hear it multiple times a day on a Zoom. You're on mute. It's the most memorable moment.
You might hear it more than other people, Fenton.
I think people are muting
try to
you
get
in what
you
they're
to-
doing. I think we're all muting Fenton today.
Yeah, mute me. Listen, I thought, well, this would be a great topic for this countdown. And then I asked ChatGPT, my friend, for some insight and some facts. Nothing. It just says,
You and ChatGPT are not getting along. I have a
All right.
feeling you need to do a digital
Yes.
detox from it.
no, I
Well,
feel I
yeah.
want to keep up with the kids. I got to learn. I got to be in the moment. With
I love this topic because I do think the idea of Zoom calls or whatever we call them, video conferences, is so. I had been on 2 before COVID to talk to a royal family in Sweden at 4 a.m, or it was like this
talking
weird,
the royal family of Sweden.
I don't know, it was some sort of royal.
finally, Tom gets some respect from James.
They're the hot ones.
Was it Prince Carl Philippe?
I can't go. All I'm telling you is, it was like sending up smoke signals. It was like getting your assistant and the tech people to come in and crank, and magically turn the television to this portal that you could speak into. And it didn't feel comfortable. It didn't feel natural. We didn't worry about lighting. It was all just, we were all little dots in the back. And then, COVID stay at home day. By day 2, we're all on
It's old hat by then. It is like we've been doing it all.
and we have one every half hour, and the etiquette. And there's so many things that have enhanced, and backgrounds and weird things where you can make balloons fly up behind you. But the mute thing does happen all the time.
It happens a lot. It happens more than it should do. And you remember we used to gather in the ground floor of the office in the store window there on Hollywood Boulevard and do this show huddled around a little table, all three of us. We haven't done that again.
Well, thank God, because I looked like Alfred Hitchcock's profile. I had to sit on the left.
Da-da-da-da.
I love the big black microphone that I could put on my neck.
You just do an Uncle Fester joke on me? Oh my God. That's it. This is over.
Same from you.
Well, I think this segment's paid dividends. I was going to then just switch to Tide Pods, but you shouldn't eat a Tide Pod. And I don't think anyone here ate a Tide Pod.
Well,
I think we talked about Tide Pods every week for 10 years.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for that input. Well, yeah.
Well, I hope Fenton gets to be better friends with his ChatGPT, because I am getting to be BFF with mine. In fact, I got it to go over all of this data of the topics for the past 10 years we've been talking about. So what genre do you think we talk the most about? Meaning film, politics, music, TV.
Well, obviously, I know this.
Well, we're taking a break.
You?
Hold that thought till we come back here on the Wow Report, celebrating 10 years of Radio Andy.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
And welcome back to the Wow Report. It's our special 10 years of Radio Andy edition. Thank you, Andy Cohen. And we've been, before we carry on counting down, Blake has an amazing fact-related question for us.
Yes, I asked you all. I asked actually my ChatGPT when I put all the data into it from every topic we've ever talked about for the past 10 years. And I asked it, what genre did we talk about the most? Like film, politics, music, TV, fashion. What is it?
Reality television.
I'm going to say because of James and his damn sister, it's movies.
Yeah, I think it's TV too, I have to say.
You're right. It is not just reality, but it's TV shows. TV shows and series we talked about 274 times.
Wow.
Followed by streaming Netflix, which is probably just more TV shows, 234 times. And then after that, drag and LGBTQ plus topics,
Hmm.
227 times.
Movies.
What else do we got?
And how many times have we talked about Wow Presents Plus?
Let me ask it.
Clearly not enough.
Yes. Especially the less than the price of a latte line. How many times has that been said in the show?
Well, let me remind you in case you've forgotten. It's $5.99, less than the price of a latte, but so much more on Wow Presents Plus.
Yay!
All right. Oh, new shows coming up, by the way, on Wow Presents Plus. Pillow Talk with Buck King, starring Corey King and Lydia B. Collins from Drag Race. You can watch Drag Race UK Series 7, Meet the Queens. A lot of other things too. How's that for a brilliant ad? We are counting down the top 10. We've reached number 4.
Number 4.
Tom.
Well, the other thing we have probably talked about a crap load in the past 10 years,
Talked
this
a lot
being
of
the
crap.
anniversary of Radio and Andy, is SNL. But I want to focus in on one player who started the 45th season, which appeared in 2019, and that player is Bowen Yang. And I just think Bowen holds such a sweet and special part in Saturday Night Live, in pop culture, and in my heart. And I want to celebrate him. He is only the third gay male player on Saturday Night Live. Terry Sweeney was the first in the 80s. There was a guy who I got to admit I don't remember, named John Milheiser, who was there for one season, 2013, 2014. But Bowen is the first Chinese American cast member ever, and he's openly gay, and he's found a way to do characters that embrace being queer, that are mainstream characters that have broken out and become viral. And I don't think when he played the iceberg that sank the Titanic, a proud gay Oompa Loompa, and a queer-coded Jafar. I think those are just some of the moments that made him so precious. And the way he's breaking out and has been for years is he has had with Matt Rogers, who I also adore, the Las Culturistas podcast, which they, have always had great guests, but they're getting A-list people. Everybody wants to get a piece of their magic. And it's amazing to watch them grow. And they had, which I don't know if we talked about it, but it was the Culturista Awards were on Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
And forever and ever and ever, we've been talking about while we're under award shows are such a big deal. Think of like the Video Music Awards. They didn't have video music anymore, so no one watches them. And yet there's still an award show about them because they make money. People do performances. People want to watch. And they found a way to get A-list people to show up for a parody of an award show that I just thought, I watched most of it in clips, which is brilliant. But I ran into Matt recently, and he said they got a season 2 on that. So,
ooh, yay!
Yes, and it was great to see. Bowen has been nominated several times for Emmy, hasn't won yet. But again, he's not The Rock. He's not like the super mainstream, but he is everywhere. And I think his star is just growing. Bowen Yang.
My favorite Bowen skit is him and A.D. Bryant when they're like, go to bed. That's the best.
Now, James has a look like he's about to leave the planet, or he just didn't believe in my Bowen Yang thing, or I don't know. I'm taking it very personally.
When he started off, we weren't quite sure how he would fit into Saturday Night Live, in the first, episode or two. And it wasn't until that iceberg. It was everywhere. That was probably one of the most viral moments of the last 5 years. It was just brilliant and so funny. And all of a sudden we realized that a new star had been born.
And the fact that he is the only gay guy in the cast, and yet he is a mainstream star player, again, is a testament to progress. Let's hope it keeps going. He seems to have the ability to be able to speak his mind, speak the truth, and not be canceled. So I just think he's lovable and funny and smart and a pioneer.
Award show mentions on this show, 105.
Well, now 106.
There you go.
There you have it.
All right, James, number 3.
Number 3.
PizzaRat, PizzaRat, PizzaRat does whatever a PizzaRat does. I'm talking about September 21st, 2015, in which on Instagram we saw a giant brown rat in no.
I can't believe it's been that long. 10 years?
It's been 10 years. We
Goodness.
saw a brown rat dragging a slice of pizza up from the subway where he was going to have a little nosh before he went on to terrorize the citizens of New York. Immediately afterwards, everyone was talking about the PizzaRat. There were PizzaRat Halloween outfits that year. I don't know if you remember. There were sexy PizzaRat Halloween outfits that year. There was in-depth articles about brown rats in the Washington Post and Popular Science. It was a huge phenomenon. Immediately afterwards, I don't know if you remember this, there was a bagel raccoon. There was Cookie Roach. There was a number of other animals dragging food around New York that became sort of meme-worthy. It was a real moment. And like Blake just said, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years since PizzaRat. But Tom, I mean, Fenton, you looking like you don't even remember this. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, I absolutely remember it, but I seriously dispute that it was. It's 10 years. I thought it was post-COVID.
Interesting that as of 2023, it has been viewed 12.3 million times on Instagram. But it was 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
This is all according to Wikipedia.
I am proud.
This is grok, baby. This is grok.
He got it from Wikipedia.
Exactly. I'm proud to say that I know a gentleman named Jonathan Lyon, who's a very talented puppeteer. He's worked with Oliver, who's the Basil Twist.
Sure, yeah.
And he's also a playwright and a performer. And he created Buddy the Rat, inspired by PizzaRat, but, copyright. And he had this burgeoning TikTok career. He's like this totally reasonable, sensible guy who he was like, yeah, I'm doing my Buddy the Rat thing at this convention. Like he made this like side
it's
career.
A one-man show about a rat.
With pizza. He just goes around. He just shows up. He made he's written plays. He's done puppetry and famous plays. But his Buddy the Rat thing. I guess it's always good to have a backup. The way that Tammy Wynette kept her nutrition license, he can always put on the Buddy the Rat outfit and grab a piece of pizza and go.
It's hysterical.
Well, now didn't you dress up as pizza one time?
Well, I was a punk rock piece of pizza for many years, and then I was an older, more elegant slice of Uptown pizza.
So some could say you were the first pizza rat.
Yeah, and there were rats nibbling at me wherever I went. So yeah, I've experienced it.
How very cheese in the crust. That was a Trump commercial for Pizza Hut. There's cheese in the crust.
Oh. Yes, what is that called? Now I gotta look it up. Cheese in the crust. Pause.
This is what the show has become, and I'm guilty of it too. It's no longer do I have a memory or an opinion. It's like, let me look it up. Let me find it for you.
Cheese in the crust. When was that invented? This could be a late edition. 1995.
Thank you for grinding everything to a halt.
Cut all that out. All right. Number 2. I think the internet and viral memes have brought us a lot of useless things, I think, as we have probably seen on this show so far. But one thing that the internet has really given us are amazing pictures of the universe and the galaxy, thanks to the James Webb telescope. And James, it was you who suggested this, and I think it's a brilliant suggestion, because in this world of conspiracy and complete nonsense, it's amazing to think, oh my God, they launched this telescope into the sky that sits in orbit 1 million miles away, sort of right between the Earth and the sun, and it has gazed so far into the universe. It's literally time travel. We can literally see the beginning of everything, and there's just been the most amazing images. I thought I'd just recount some of the discoveries or revelations. The earliest galaxies and the cosmic dawn, which is pretty good. That's 280 million years ago, post the Big Bang, I should say. 280 million years.
Say that these are all in such crystal, beautiful clarity, and the images are just mind-blowing. So yes, keep going.
The pillars of creation, for example, right? Those sort of finger-like dust clouds, just multiple light years across. You can't ever conceive of even crossing them, but on your screen, on your Instagram, they look, oh, that looks cute. What else? Distant galaxies. I mean, it just goes on. Exoplanets especially. It's found hundreds and thousands of possibly inhabitable exoplanets in the Goldilocks zone. So
right.
it is.
These are the things that we might be able to go to someday. It also, I remember it showed a black hole eating another black hole. There was like, you see all these things that were not quantifiable before, that like they were just theoretical, and suddenly we're seeing them in not real time, but in a way that is just. And when you also think about how the James Webb Telescope, the fact that it ever even launched is sort of a miracle unto itself. Remember, there were so many hundreds of things that had to be exactly right in order for it to even work, or for it to go up. And just the whole thing is a miracle, and it's a beauty. It's one of man's greatest inventions.
It has been in the news lately too, because apparently they turned it a little bit to look at this object that is rushing towards us, the 3-eye Atlas. And I don't know about but my feed is like inundated with conspiracy theories about how there's this spaceship coming towards us. It's on this very unusual trajectory. It arrives, I think, late in October.
Yeah, no, my feed is all Swedish royal family, so I can't really talk about this. And I know Tom is just kittens. But we trust you when you say that this thing is hurtling towards Earth and it's going to obliterate us all. It's aliens, is what
supposedly. But I mean, once you click on one of those things, suddenly that's all you get. And so I am definitely in the act of probably being radicalized in some way. So
just sort of off topic a little bit, but I know you watch the Science Channel a lot. Do you ever watch Ancient Aliens on the History Channel? Because that's my favorite show on television.
I do not. But I love it.
You really should. I'm sorry. I just want to put that out there. Everybody, if you don't watch Ancient Aliens, you're missing out.
Well, between now and the end of October, when we're invaded, we should all just watch a little bit of, just get up to speed.
Do you even know what Ancient Aliens is?
It's a TV show where they track ancient aliens.
Fenton?
Yeah, exactly as Tom says. And they've made hundreds of episodes.
How many of those can you see?
Yes, it's been 20 years now. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's no end of them. It makes sense, really, because aliens would be ancient if they were able to come here.
Well, everything that has ever happened in humanity, everything we've ever learned, the pyramids and all those things are all because of the aliens. I mean,
10th anniversary of Radio Andy, aliens.
There you go. All right, we're going to take one more break. And when we come back, the number one most memeable viral moment of the last 10 years in special celebration of Radio Andy.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
Welcome back to the Wow Report. Fenton here with Tom and James and Blake. We've been celebrating 10 years of Radio Andy by looking at all the viral memes and what have you of the last 10 years. Number one, James.
Number one.
Well, I just want to. Do you guys know what this is? I mean, had you remember? What would you say is the most viral moment of the last 10 years? Give it a whirl.
It's the dress.
It's the dress. It's got to be the dress. Is it gold and white? Is it blue and black? What say you, Tom? What was it?
I just remember feeling totally duped because whatever it was, I thought it was. It didn't go back and forth. I can't remember which one it was. I sort of ignored it because I felt like I was being fucked with. I felt like they're putting out a blue dress and saying it also looks gold to people. I'm like, I don't believe them.
It was a gold dress, and people were saying it was blue. Blake, what did you see? Blue or blue?
It was blue and black or white.
No, it wasn't. Fenton, what did you see?
I have looked at this today many times, actually, in researching this, and blow me if sometimes it's white and gold. I've seen black and gold.
Mm-hmm.
I am like, what is happening?
Tom, finish your thought, because I see gold and white no matter. I've never seen blue and white.
I didn't look it up for this. I just remember dismissing it at the time because when I looked at it, it'd be the same. It's when people are like, only smart people can get this right on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, shut up. I have not seen it flip colors, but everyone perceives color differently. But it seems to me that whether it's real or fake, it is the perfect, and we talked about this, the perfect metaphor, which came after it, which is we see everything. Everybody
Through our
sees
own
everything.
lens.
That's the
In one
takeaway.
way or the other. One way or
It's
the
a
other.
perfect metaphor for
agree.
Trumpism. How you can hear the same thing, you can hear something or see something, and MAGA sees it one way, and liberals see it the other way, and there's no arguing about it because neither side will admit to the other thing. It's a perfect metaphor. Yes,
It is. It's very profound.
Oh.
And that was not what we
it's
thought.
gold and white, for Christ's sake. Oh my God, you guys, look at it.
Well,
That one's
James,
gold and white.
Roman Originals, the manufacturers of the actual dress, have said that it is blue and black. And they attribute the people seeing it different ways to ambiguous lighting, or then there's this thing called color constancy, which is when the brain tries to compensate for perceived lighting conditions. Some people see it one way, some people see it another way.
I'm convinced that the dress manufacturers are MAGA then, because they're trying to gaslight me.
No, maybe they're trying to explain it through science, I guess, which I appreciate. And by the way, I haven't really started my memoir, but it might be called Ambiguous Lighting.
That's your one-woman show. That's your one-woman show that starts with a Linda Ronstadt medley and moves into.
I start with a really sad song, and I go sadder and sadder and sadder.
As long as you wear really, really long drop-down earrings.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for tuning into the Wow Report for all these years past. You can go back and listen to previous episodes, or you can even watch them on our YouTube channel, Wow Presents. Thank you, Andy, for having us. I hope you will continue to have us. I feel after this show, you might be like, well, that's enough from you lot. Same time, same place next week, maybe. Until then, go out and do something that makes the world go.
Wow.
Happy anniversary, Radio Andy.
Happy anniversary. We love you.